Are you a brand new insurance agent and maybe you're wondering what in the world is a CRM and a dialer? What does a dialer do? Well, we've got Summer from ProspectBoss.com here. We're going to kind of unpack what is a single line dialer, what's a triple line dialer, so that you can truly see what they will do for you, because that's what matters. So Summer, thank you for joining with us. Say hey.
Hi, thanks for having me on today.
I appreciate you coming on. So many brand new insurance agents just don't fully grasp what is a single line dialer. And, how have you explained to the audience, what does a single line dialer do and what is it capable of?
A single line dialer just helps you organize your campaigns and more effectively talk to prospective clients. It's really just to help you organize a cold, warm, or hot lead and how you engage with them. And you can create campaigns within our system so that you can just better organize the way that you're staying in touch with them pretty much. And you also not having to use your own phone. That's always an advantage too. And you're using a web browser. Our software is cloud-based, so you can just use your web browser and a headset like this, and you're good to rock and roll versus having to use your phone or connect Bluetooth headphones, connect with your AirPods or all that fun stuff, and having to use your personal number. We're just here to eliminate all of that by using it within our system.
That's nice that you guys are cloud based. So basically, somebody could have their web browser on their iPad or their phone or their computer, or their laptop. As long as they got battery, they could be making money and use your CRM and dialer platform and have
Yeah, we don't
everything
have
right
any.
there.
Yeah, we don't have any complicated software because I know a lot of people, even though they're, in sales, technology may not be their forte, and we understand that. So it's just easier, especially with all these other apps and stuff that you have to constantly update them. They take up a lot of storage. Our idea is to not be, overly complicated, not use all of your storage because you got to do a lot of different things if you're an agent. So and you need a lot of other platforms, and we're not here to add on to that list.
Love that. The fact that you guys thought about that, because it's true.
Mhm.
Like insurance agents, we've got 10 million things on our phones. We've got 10 million apps and not a lot of space sometimes, especially with a brand new insurance agents that's starting out. And the fact that your guys is cloud based so that they could say, hey, I'm going to, be at my mom's, log in, bloop, be able to be about their business, or,
Mhm.
use their cell phone to be able to, have a business. That's a big deal. And the fact that you guys
Yeah.
have those campaigns to be able to follow up with consumers, that's a big deal. So a single line dialer then is like a single phone number basically that they use in a cloud with your platform for all these follow-up systems to call the prospects. What kind of systems do you guys have outside of just dialing, right? And prospectboss.com has a lot of different solutions there, but with a single line dialer, what other ways do you guys have there to send outreach to, basically increase pickups when they're trying to find profitability with insurance sales or any prospect that they're dialing? What is your follow-up systems or other resources that you guys have to get people to pick up?
Yeah, we have email marketing, and then we have SMS, so text message marketing, and we have video messages, ringless voicemails, and that is just where you can call a prospect and their phone won't ring. It'll just go straight to voicemail. And then we have automated drip campaigns, which can automate all of those different processes, or even calls for up to at least a year. And how long you want to elongate that said drip campaign, that's up to you. We just know that it goes to a year max.
Wow. So a year of dripping on prospects to
Mhm.
be able to get them to pick up. And, because sometimes people pick up immediately. Sometimes it may take an intentional amount of reaches
Mhm.
before you realize success. And the fact that you guys have video messaging, because sometimes insurance agents may want to leave this horribly long voicemail. Not that any of you watching, all right, would be that person, but there's nothing worse than having this like minute and a half, eye rolling, fatiguing voicemail left when it could have been two sentences, right? You ever experienced one of those things, Summer? I mean, it's horrible. Have you had that happen?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Oh,
have.
it makes my eyes
I
roll.
would say voice messages also create a bit of personalization to it, like you said, because you could be saying the same information that's super long, like you said, in a voicemail, but a video message can make it more fun. Maybe it could even seem like a Snapchat or a TikTok or a Reel or something, just the idea of putting a name to the voice and face, because maybe it's an agent you haven't really spoken in person yet with that prospect. So it just makes it a little bit more fun and personalized. With insurance, there's definitely a lot of facts and details that need to be ironed out whenever making deals. So that just helps you do it in a more fun way, dare I say, just because you can show a little bit of your personality if you're someone who likes to smile a lot or make a few faces, or is very animated with the way that you speak, then can really be an opportunity for you to shine and separate you from other agents.
Absolutely. I mean, that's such a brilliant idea that you guys have to be able to do that kind of video messaging, because let's face it, most insurance agents and even real estate agents, when the communication happens, it's pretty stale, pretty boring. And
Hmm.
to be that person that has that video that comes across, they're not only reading into what you're saying and hearing that, but you're setting yourself apart from your competitors by doing a video
Hmm.
message like that. That's a pretty neat thing for somebody to go, oh, I'm gonna watch this person, and build trust slowly, where they can know that this is a real breathing person and that you're articulate, that you hold yourself well, and maybe I will talk to this person, instead of just constantly sending a voicemail. That makes you guys really stand apart when you're prospecting. That's kind of a neat thing. Now, will everybody pick up the phone when you do this thing? No. All right. Not going to lie to you. Ain't the truth. Right. And it's just no different than if you call 100 people, sometimes you get 10% that will connect and immediately pick up with you. It's not 100 leads are going to pick up every day. You buy 100 leads, you're not
Yeah.
going to have 100 conversations. That's why you need a single line dialer, or we can kind of dive into, what a triple line dialer does. Now, with the single line, the triple line dialers that you guys have, they have the same video messaging capability, SMS, ringless voicemails, all that stuff is capable with your systems. Is that correct?
Yeah, and with SMS and anything message related, that's kind of an add-on in a way. It's more so you
Sure.
just pay for like a certain amount of minutes with it. So to be clear, it is a feature that we have, but you do need to like pay for the additional minutes and stuff like that, just so that you're capable of sending those messages. Because they got to be sent, somewhere with, kind of a carrier per se.
Absolutely.
So I mean, it's done within the system, but to send text, you gotta it's like something that kind of has to be added on as far as the minutes go, throwing it back with the whole idea of a minute. I don't know if you'll remember those days
Right.
of having to like use minutes on your phone.
Like the old
Believe it
cell
or not,
phone
I'm old
days, right?
enough.
You're like, oh, I can't call
I'm old enough
mama,
where I had
right?
to do that too. But yeah.
Oh,
So we do
man.
have those capabilities. That's just kind of, how that is operated. But yeah, you can do that with the system.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, the flashbacks of the minutes days. Oh man, that was so nuts. I have 800
It's
minutes
like
on my plan. Well, I'm at the end of my month. Well, I got to wait for the first to come around. Oh, those are
It's like you
frustrating
would call
days.
a friend on a landline. Why are you answering? Oh, my phone's out of minutes. It's like, oh, I gotta go to the store and put more on.
Seriously, it's we've come so far, all right, as a country,
Hmm.
and even for insurance agents, a lot of us insurance agents don't even realize how good you have it with unlimited cell plans. You could dial from your cell phone with unlimited minutes. Back in the day, we didn't have that, right? Summer and I are like acting like dinosaurs here, but it's the truth. We only had so many minutes. So be happy you got that. So yes, when you do text, you're going to pay for a portion of your data here with your minutes. So stepping back in the dark ages, but if you want to get a hold of people, you got to do what you got to do. I mean, the
Hmm.
more hands you shake, the more money you can make, and this is where systems are helpful. But if you're hand dialing leads, fresh, exclusive, brand new leads, you can use your fingers. But will you be more efficient using a dialer? Yes. All right. Yes, you will be in a lot of cases. But it's nice, especially if you got dated leads. Like a lot of agents have a bunch of age leads. We'll talk about dated leads and how, as long as they've been TCPA compliantly scrubbed, and then they use a triple line dialer, how many, just for the audience, how many calls is a triple line dialer capable of on average? Obviously, you're going to have people picking up, which is going to reduce your levels of dials, because it's not about just dialing, it's about having important conversations when they do pick up. But what's a triple line dialer capable of for brand new agents watching?
On average, it's about 150 dials per hour. So that is the idea, whether it depends, like you said, on the amount of conversations that you have and how productive you are, whether you get interrupted or not. But it's about 150 to 200 an hour. 200, to someone who's maybe just flying through them, or maybe they didn't have a lot of conversations. But yeah, it's about 150 is our average number.
That's singing. I mean, the fact that in 2 hours you can go through 300 leads, that is singing. Man, there's some agents that can't do 300 leads in a day with their phone all day. And the fact that you can
Yeah,
handle that with into a 2-hour period, that's higher levels of profitability. If you can go
yeah,
that direction,
exactly. It's
that's a
a
big
numbers
deal.
game.
It is. I mean, you want to play the numbers to win, right? It's like
Hmm.
this is a very intentional thing. As you kind of lean forward, in your career, if you got a bunch of leads, there'll be a point where you've got this mountainous amount of leads, and there's just no way you're going to get through that. And having that force multiplier, right, that you guys provide at prospectboss.com, that's powerful for a lot of insurance agents to at least kind of know how that works. So when they load their leads by like a CSV file into your system, your CRM and dialing system, how easy is it for an agent to set up a campaign and dial with your single line dialer or even triple line dialer? How easy is it for them to engage with your platform?
How easy may depend on their experience with technology,
Okay.
but I would say our system is fairly simple to use. And then we also do have a good tech support team, and we have onboard an onboarding specialist that can help you walk through the system when you start initially, or even maybe before you become a customer. I mean, you're going to get a demo of how it works. You can feel free to ask questions during either one of those sessions, and then our technical support, he will walk you through any problems that you have, or kind of give you a general overview of how to work something. We use a platform where he can actually go like on your browser and do something for you and show you how it's done. So if you do have trouble setting up campaigns, we have those different resources. We also have YouTube videos of how to create campaigns as well. So we don't hear that people have too much trouble with it, but we do have several resources on how you can get better at it and learn how to use that. And then maybe like record that or take notes and then refer back to them in the future.
Absolutely. And it's so nice to have tech support that actually takes care of agents. That's a big deal. We've got quite a few agents that
Hmm.
use your guys' dialer and love it and have a lot of great experiences with it. And having the ability to be able to sell insurance from a beach, just getting on the cloud, having a headset on and making the magic happen. That's a big deal. I mean,
Yeah,
as
and
opposed to
we
having to have
even
all this memory.
yeah, we even like return calls, if we got any tech support ones from the night before, like if we were out of office when they called, just to make sure that you've either figured it out, or maybe if you're still needing some help too, just to make sure.
So because not everybody's a high tech person, right? Sometimes people are
I'm not.
uh like anything but, right? They're like, I just
Hmm.
want to put my leads in here. I want to push buttons and be making calls. Um,
Hmm.
and you've got that ability for someone to say, okay, here's what I got. How do I make this work? And let's just go.
Yes, exactly.
And that's a big deal. I mean, having that force multiplication tool, just it's more efficient, right? Just being more efficient. Can I hand dial a
Hmm.
ton of leads? Yes. Can I do that every hour of every day with a bunch of data? No, I'd probably like lose my mind. But a triple line dialer, it's a force multiplier. And you guys have even a newer dialer than the triple line, right? You want to share with the audience kind of what that is? So you got the single line, you
Well,
got the
yeah,
triple line, and now you got
we have a four-line dialer, yeah.
a 4 line
So you can
dialer. Right.
quadruple your productivity.
So it's basically like having 4 people working for you, but yet you're that one person working.
Yeah, a one-stop shop, a call center, in your office, or call center at home, all those coin terms. But yeah, we're just making it easier for you to increase your numbers game and talk to
And you
more
guys have
prospects, sorry, I
Oh,
should say.
absolutely. If you can get more prospects, that's big for your profitability. If you're in insurance sales, it's a big deal. Final expense leads, life insurance leads, doesn't even matter what kind of lead you have. If you've got the laws of large numbers working on your behalf, that's a big deal
Mhm.
to help you have a chance of success. Because not everybody makes it in the insurance world. I mean, it's tough. It's not easy. You got to have thick skin for sure. But getting more people to talk to, that's going to take your statistical chances of making it a little higher if you're talking to more people.
Mhm.
So now you guys even have helped mitigate the risk of the spam likely problems, because some agents have this spam likely kind of flag that happens, and they're getting sent straight to voicemails. Maybe real quick, have you guys at Prospect Boss fixed some of that stir shaken issue, the spam likely problems that a lot of agents are getting kind of held down with?
Yeah, so we are able to register your number with a DID, and that's just going to help you less in your chance of getting your number blocked. We also recommend you purchase some additional phone numbers from us. They're $3 to $5 a number, and you can just to have an additional Prospect Boss number. That way, your number is less likely to get reported as spam as well. So the idea is by registering your number, that looks more legitimate than register with T-Mobile, Verizon, AT&T, and then it's just a little bit harder for them to report it as spam. And then if you're rotating your numbers, ideally too, then it'll be even harder for those numbers to be reported to. We suggest every 75 calls, switch to another number. So, if you have 5, then you can switch on to the next number.
Absolutely. And I love the fact that you guys have already kind of outwork the problem as much as you guys can. That's a big deal. I mean, because if you're not getting sent directly to voicemail, like some of you insurance agents have, where it immediately gets sent to spam, sometimes you don't even know. You're working for hours and don't even realize you've been flagged. It's like, oh, it's the worst frustrating thing. And the fact that you guys have fixed that, because a lot of insurance agents have a CRM and a dialer, and they're nothing but flagged. It's
Yeah.
frustrating for them, and they don't know that there's a fix even out there. They don't know that you guys have already solved that problem for most people a long time ago. So yeah, I really appreciate everything you guys are doing for the viewers, and just educating them to know, what is a CRM, what's a dialer, what's all these different methods that they can utilize to help hopefully make money in this industry. I mean, the insurance industry is awesome, but having a good dialer to kind of double down on action, that's a big deal, because action will fix all your problems in insurance sales. You just got to talk to enough people, deliver enough value, and it's a huge benefit. So Summer, appreciate you guys, educating the audience. I'll put Summer's YouTube channel down below at Prospect Boss down in the description. So feel free to subscribe there and reach out to prospectboss.com. Now, is there any other phone numbers you'd like them to reach out if they need any assistance or help?
Yeah, we have our 800 number. It's 800-662-4009. If you're interested or have some questions, we have a sales rep. If you have any technical issues, we have tech support. I help with sales calls whenever I, can, or if other guys need some help. And then we have the YouTube channel, which has some how-to videos on it, how to do different things within the system. We have our Instagram, it's prospect_boss. Our Facebook page is Prospect Boss, or you could search the which is Prospect Boss CRM. So we have a couple of different ways to stay in touch with everyone. And our calls are from 9 a.m. to 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. So you can get a hold of us between those hours. If you call us after hours, then we do call you back that next day as well, if you had any issues or had any questions.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining with us. Hope the audience is educated a little deeper now. And thanks for all the dynamic help that you're doing. We appreciate you. Thanks so much, Summer.
Thanks for having me on.